Okay, let's I am so sorry about that. Oh my gosh. Did that kill your ears? Oh my goodness. Oh, I am so sorry about that. Are you guys okay? Is everybody okay? That was very unexpected, was it? Okay, I hope I didn't hurt anybody's ears. Ouch. That was loud and not cool, was it? Wasn't it? Okay, hold on now. The whole thing changed. Ah. Come on, turn. Okay. All right, y'all. I apologize for what just happened. Sometimes it would throw one of the cameras off, and then when I reconnect, it reconnects the sound from the both microphones, and there's this feedback that hits off of each other, and it's just awful. I know. I'm so sorry. All right. Well, hello. Welcome. Okay. Luba Carlson's here. I am the host of this group, and I will be the one painting Vaca My Way. Vaca My Way. I'm laughing at if only for a while. I hope it didn't. I'm so sorry about that. So, Vaca My Way was my slogan on my vision board. And I created that vision board 3 weeks before the pandemic hit, and we went into full shutdown. So it's been kind of on my mind a little bit. I'm not going to say that I'm completely obsessed with it, a little bit, but yeah. And I have my whole system here. I should be able to turn this away a little bit so that maybe you can say hi. All right. So here we are, ready to paint. I know I've uploaded a few sizes of this tracer. So what's hard about this is that depending on the size of your canvas, you want to print a certain size for the van, okay? So what I have here is a 16 by 20, roughly. And this van is a little bit too small, but it will work. It'll work. So just kind of play with your size, and we do not need to, here, you do not need to have it traced on your paper beforehand, because first we're going to work on the background, okay? So the background, let me pull out real fast the list of things. Which one is it? This one. Here, the supplies, just to make sure that we have all the colors. So we have black, we have red, rose sienna, lemon yellow, ultramarine blue, phthalo blue. That's what I don't have on my table just now. I'll get it just in a second. White and burnt umber. I bet a little bit I could chew today for my schedule, and so I'm a little bit frazzled. So please forgive me for that, but we're just gonna start and we're just gonna paint and we're gonna have fun, okay? So brushes, choose your brush wisely. If you're painting like a regular printer sheet size, right, this is 11 by 8.5. This 3/4 inch would be great for your background. It will do wonderful, okay? But if you're painting something big as mine, you might want a bigger brush, like a 2-inch flat. That would do a little bit better, okay? And the work will go a little bit faster. So kind of adjust to the size, see what you need. All right, let me see. I need to hop back into the group so that I can see who's talking to me. I see somebody trying to tag Gina. If Gina is not a part of this group, she won't see your tag. And unfortunately, I am not adding anybody right now because it's about time to paint. Okay. Hi, Deb. Hi, Christy. And I have Ella from New Jersey. First time painting. Ooh, fantastic. Let me know who has painted with me before, who's my regular, and let me know who's my first timer. I want to know. Okay. Oof. Exhale, right? Exhale. Okay, make sure you have something to drink. Me. All right. So normally the way I do this is I start painting, and then while I'm painting, I kind of, go tangent on things and tell about things, but I'm going to do this tangent right now so that I don't need to try and remember, okay? So the upcoming paintings, real quick. Where's my streamer to make sure it shows? Okay, that's just the list of paints. Don't worry about that. So I have the Matryoshka upcoming. It's inspired by St. Basil Cathedral. We painted this before last time. And I have this coming up in October. And this is coming up in October. You can tell I love October. And this one is coming up. Okay, so if you are not on my mailing list, I strongly recommend you to join it because Facebook does not send all the notifications anymore, and I can create events and add events in the group as many times as you like. But Facebook does its own thing, and if they decided that they're not going to share my information with you, they're not going to send it, and you will miss out. So I am going to dig through my paints real quick, looking for Phthalo Blue. Oh, I should have done it, but I forgot. Sorry about that. This has been a day. Oh my gosh. So, the regular day, and then a couple of things went on top of that. And so now it's like, somebody save me. Okay, and I need my reference. Oh, boots. Yes, boots. We're going to paint the boots also in September, I think. I don't remember. At some point. Okay, here we go. Here's my reference. Let's do this. Who's excited? Who's excited? Okay, going back to the group to see your names. Okay, so Ruth painted with me before. Cheryl is my regular. Shelley, first time. Leanne, first time. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm painting in a mixed media pad because I have way too many canvases, and I just don't have room to store them anymore. So I just do this. So you might notice that my paper will get a little bit wavy. It's okay. It will relax back into its normal state after. So nothing to worry about. But whatever you're painting on, if it's paper or canvas or whatnot, if you have a fine sprayer, just mist it with water. If you have a big brush, just put some water on your brush, make it damp, and put some water on your canvas, okay? Because right now, unless you've done it before, because you know what you're doing, most people don't do that before, ahead of time. Because right now, your painting surface is super thirsty, and it's gonna soak up all your paints. And you're gonna have to use a lot more paint than necessary. Grab your palette. Why do I have Prussian blue here? I don't know. So we're gonna grab some ultramarine blue. some Phthalo Blue. We're going to paint for about an hour, and then we're going to take a break for about 5 minutes. It's very good to have your eyes rest for a little while. White is what I'm missing on my table. Some white. Whoa. Okay. Lemon yellow.
That's time to interrupt, but
What do you need?
me.
Oh my gosh, dude, no. Bad timing. Put a wet paper towel on it right now.
I already tried that. And there's no more paper towels on the thing.
Sorry, you guys. Mommy it alone today. Here. Okay. We don't need red right away. That can wait. Let's grab some raw sienna. And the amounts of paint that I'm putting on is for this big size that I'm painting. You might not need that much paint. Okay, so let's grab some white on your brush, just like that, and put it on top of your sky. So we're gonna paint, we're gonna do the background first, okay? We are not gonna worry about it a lot because most of it is gonna get covered by the van and the palm trees, and like we're gonna add a couple of clouds in there. So do not overthink it, don't worry about it. So the sky goes, the white goes approximately one third down. So by putting white on here, we're kind of creating some space and some, what do I say, surface, I guess. We're going to make some surface for Phthalo Blue to move on. So let's grab some Phthalo Blue, just on the same messy brush, okay? And just add it. And if it's dragging, like mine's dragging, I'm just going to grab some water on my brush and just keep moving until I get my sky to the point where I like it. If you have any questions as we go through, type them in. I will see your comment and I will do my best to respond. Okay. Just kind of cover it side to side and try to make your motion like a straight line. I sometimes forget and I start moving from the elbow like this, and then I end up with like curvy lines a little bit because strokes will still show, and that's not what we want. Okay, the sky is done for now. Put your, use the same messy brush, grab a little bit more water on it. You want it wet. Let's grab some of this ultramarine blue, just like that. I'm pretty much grabbing everything I can pick up. And this goes, like, divide the rest of the place into thirds again, like, so it will be right, like up to here, over here. And just put the ultramarine blue on here. This will make our sea. And here I'm gonna give you options. So you can leave your sea this blue, or we can change it to a little bit of a teal tone. So it's up to you if you would like to play with that. I want the sea needs to meet the sky with a straight line, kind of. So let's do that. Again, do not obsess over it. Oh, I have a booger in my paint. Let's take it off. There you go. Do not obsess over it, okay? It's just the background. In this case, it gives us the mood right? Sets up the tone, but that's it. The star of this painting is the van. So I'm gonna try and move the background fast so that we have time to work on the van. The van is gonna take a little bit longer, okay? Same messy brush, grab a little bit of yellow on it, just like this, okay? Just on the tips. Add it to your ocean like this, and then use the same messy brush and work this in. So it should add like a green tint, a nice green tint to your water. And that's it. So you want to have like streaks of a little bit of green and a little bit of blue, like make it like that, okay? Same messy brush, just put the tips in the white, okay? And just create like, just go like this, sideways a little bit, maybe up and down. Again, don't overthink this because most of it is going to get covered by the trees and the van, okay? Maybe add a good amount of white over here, but again, don't overthink it. This is the shore. Just, I'm kind of doing dabbing motion. Keep it not even. You do not want it even. Okay, so what I'm hearing right now is I'm hearing thunder. Thunder is happening in my neck of woods. So if we lose connection for any reason, like if I lose power or we lose connection, whatnot, I will finish filming and I will upload the video later, okay? So I am not gonna leave you hanging. Don't worry about that. All righty. Let's clean up that brush. You need to take all the blue out of this brush because now we're going to move on to raw sienna. And if you have some blue in your brush, your raw sienna is going to turn green, and we do not want a green beach, do we? Okay, take some water out of there. Okay, just load up your brush with raw sienna and do the same thing. Maybe go a little bit into this blue of the sea. Try not to touch any of the white that you just put on there for the waves. Just kind of spread it out. So by now your brush should be nice and wet. So it should be able to just kind of move your paint nicely. I don't remember. Did I tell you guys you would need a hair blower or a heat gun or something like that? Did I tell you that? I don't remember. It would be good to have it right now because we're gonna need to dry this so that we can put the van on. So just kind of keep that in mind. Okay. So this is kind of dark, but I really like that. Okay, let's add a little bit of white. Well, have a booger on my white too. So same messy brush, grab some white, just like that on the side. Okay, hold your brush flat like this. Add a few streaks, just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna take off this white onto my paper plate, just most of it. And yeah, and I'm just gonna blend this in just to get some texture into this. So I want to make sure I don't have anything white in here. You do not want like clear white streaks. Another thing you can do if you want to add a little bit of sunshine to your sand, grab a little bit of lemon yellow and just pretty much do the same thing, and it will add, like, it will make your sand look a little bit more, I don't know, maybe welcoming if you like that kind of thing. If you like yellow sand, I love yellow sand. So just like that, back and forth, work it in. Make sure your edges are all good. If you're painting a canvas, I would probably leave the edges not painted, the sides, you know how people would paint the wrapped side in. I'd probably leave it not painted, but if you want to paint them, I would just maybe paint this part first and then tape, okay? And then do the sides, like, I don't know, dark blue or maybe raw sienna or something like that. Sandra, this is no big deal. Replays are available. And we really just did the background right now. So there is a chance to catch up depending on how much you, the size of your, the size of what you're doing. Okay? So here we are. I am not adding any clouds into the sky because I really like it the way it is, honestly. But if you want to add some clouds, I have, okay, I will have to check on that later. Again, use the tips of the brush over here, right? And then just dab, dab, dab. Then let it dry and then repeat and repeat. Because see how over here, like white is not as white? Like you need a lot of white. You need to put a lot of white in there so that it would look white. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. I'm trying to move a little bit faster so that we can start on the van. This needs to be thoroughly dry. Okay, so I have this thing. Now it's my new toy. So I'm gonna mute for just a minute and I'm gonna dry this and I'll be back. Okay, yes, Sandra, I absolutely love it. I just got it too. I thought it would be good to have something specific for this instead of using my hair blower. I think I used that like for a year. So this is what I was talking about when I said that you'll see my paper will go wavy and crazy like that. It's fine. I've been using it for more than a year, like this kind of paper and pads, and it always settles down. But it's not so great when you have to paint like straight lines and stuff, because then it's real hard to do. Okay, anyway, here we go. So positioning of the van. Depending on your tracer size and your painting, you want to make sure that you kind of get it right a little bit, right? Because it's about perspective. It's a lot about perspective. So I'm thinking my van is going to go a little bit up higher so that it doesn't look like it's so close to me. Because if I put it all the way down here, it looks like it's very close to me, so that it's so far. And like it puts things in the perspective, and it makes the sea, the beach look huge. Like the beach immediately gets huge, and like, you know, it's too far. This is not what I want. I want to be able to go to the beach right now. So I'm going to put it up higher. Probably a good measure line, like a good thing to see would be the bottom of the windows. They kind of go together with the line between the beach and the water. Does this make sense? Yeah? And as you see, I'm not putting it down yet because I had to paint all these waves and they are not drying. They do not want to dry. I'm not going to worry about them too much because, of course, I don't care about them. I'm going to paint the van all over them. So what does it matter? What does it matter? So I'm going to grab paper towel and I'm just going to go do a little bit of patting and dabbing in this area. Not too much, just to take care of the stickiness. And if I'm not happy with what I'm seeing, I can always retouch the sea later. That's not a big deal. Like here, see, I don't care about that. I can always retouch. I can always retouch the waves. I will come back to that. I just want to move on. I don't want us to sit here for an hour waiting for the waves to dry. All right. So let's go ahead and grab the transfer paper. I always forget this word, what it's called. It's not carbon paper. It's I always forget it. I don't like carbon paper. I like this one. Graphite paper. Okay. I really like it because it's not as messy. It's still pretty messy, but it's not as messy as carbon paper. Carbon paper, if you put down your carbon paper like this and then drag it down, you're going to have black marks all over it, and it's not erasable, and it is so annoying. Okay, so I'm just going to transfer it. Here's a trick for you. If you want your lines show nice and bright, like if you really want to be able to see your lines of your transfer, use a pencil. But if you're painting something and you know that, Denise, it's in the guides. Go in the guides. It's guide number 16. Here, I have it open. Dun. Oh, it doesn't have a link to it. Anyway, go in the guides, group guides, number 16, Vaca My Way. It's there. All the tracers are there. Okay? I do not do instructions on to draw it by hand. No, I do not do that. Because I must tell you, as I was sketching this for myself, like for the first time when I painted this picture, it took me quite a while, honestly. And when I took it, like, so I did it freehand for the first time. And then I was making a tracer for you guys. And so I thought, okay, well, it's a van, so it should be symmetrical. And so I uploaded it into my drawing app. And oh my gosh, my van was not symmetrical at all. I mean, it worked. It was fine. It wasn't awful, right? But yeah, I mean, I can show you how to draw this kind of stuff without digital help. Like you can just use like parchment paper and stuff. It is doable. It's possible, but it takes much longer. And it's really much easier to just give you the tracer for this kind of things, you know? Besides, I don't know. So yeah, I have a couple of people who have painted with me before. I have a couple of new people. So you guys need to know that I do not have an art education. I was not interested in any sort of art and drawing until I was 39. It's 39. And that was when I first started to draw. So I am pretty much a self-taught. Don't forget to get to trace the little luggage thingy over here on the top. You kind of want all of these lines here. We want to paint all of this nice, even though we're gonna add palm trees on top, because palm trees are gonna have the branches that will be kind of over this, so it will kind of be, you should be able to see through them, okay? So what am I telling you? Yeah, so most of the things I figured out by trying and just doing. Trying and doing. That's the only way. That is honestly the only way to do. For me, anyway. So, okay. So when I'm at this point and I'm almost ready, I think, oh, okay, I'm done. So what I do, I hold one side with my hand like this. Okay. And then I flip it over and I look. And I check. Okay, did I get all of it? I think I did. Okay, I did. So I can just lift this, put it over to the side, and I can start working on my van. Yay! Okay. I see Shelly is only 70 young and she started to draw with pandemic. Lots of people started to draw with pandemic. I feel like lots of people turned to art as a, what's it called? I need a sip of water. I guess as an escape in a way to relax, a way to get away from all this madness, right? Okay, so let's see, back to the palette. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna switch to a Filbert. This is a Filbert brush. It says it's number 12. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I can never trust their sizes. Okay, so first off, yes. So I'm just trying to decide what we're gonna paint first. Let's paint. First, we're gonna paint the body, and this is there's gonna be a lot of painting around. Okay. So maybe grab a smaller brush, even a smaller brush if you need it. We're gonna create a nice teal color. For that, I'm gonna need lemon yellow, and I'm gonna need ultramarine blue. If you're working on a paper plate like mine or something like that, just if you have a sprayer or a mist, just spray your plate, spray your paints with water a little bit. They will last longer for you. Awesome, excited to paint. Sandra, congratulations. That's a big deal. Big, big, big. What a blessing. What a blessing. You know, so I don't know. I have this. I don't know if you know. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So let's grab some ultramarine and let's grab some yellow and just mix. Okay, you do not want it to become super, super green, but you want it to be on the bluish side. So I have a gratitude art journal that I do. And one of my pages is devoted to the gift of sight. Because I realized at that point that without sight, you know, it's kind of hard to do things that I really enjoy to do. You know? Okay, so I'm at this point here. So this is a little bit about playing. Now I'm gonna add some of the phthalo blue to this. I need this blue. Okay, you know what? Yes. Let's add some more. Yeah, we're getting there. So phthalo blue, some ultramarine blue, and lemon yellow. This is what I'm mixing in right now, and it's getting me this super intense, very dark kind of teal-ish color. Very cool. Okay, so look over here on the side of the plate. This is the color I'm getting. This is so... Oh, it would be good to put that in the camera frame. This is so pretty. Oh, love it. Yes, yes. Okay, so then I'm getting white. Whole lot of white. So this is what I'm painting the body of my van. If you want to use some other color, go right ahead. Don't feel like yeah, this is something that I always mean to tell people that are painting with me, and I always, like, you guys are supposed to read my mind. Haven't you read my mind? Didn't you read my mind? So, yeah, this is taking a lot of paint to mix, but that's okay. So what I'm saying is, yes, please use colors that you want. I just really like this kind of teal madness. Very light. Kind of similar to what I have in the reference, but not quite. And I like it. Okay, I'm going to clean up this super messy brush. And I'm going to tell you that if you mix paint a lot, try and mix it with a palette knife, like a small palette knife. You will like it a lot better than trying to mix it with the brush. Okay? All right, let's put some water on that brush. Let's grab some of this color. And let's start. So it goes over here. Over there. I am still going to be able to see my lines here. If you start painting it and you're like, oh no, I'm not going to be seeing my lines, like, My tracer has disappeared. If you have a Sharpie, you will need a super thin Sharpie, the fine tip. Just gonna try and demonstrate this. If you trace it with your Sharpie, oh, I kind of went off lines, but oh well. This is an old one. He doesn't want to work with me. And I said he. I did say he, isn't it? Jody watching this from the airport in Minneapolis. Wow. Wow. I hope you have a good flight. Okay, and then you paint over. You might be able to see your lights better. Okay. Anyway. We'll get there, right? We'll be okay. Ah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. All right. Yeah, so paint pretty much the whole thing until this, like up, like to this bumper. The bumper doesn't need to be teal over here. I think it's called a bumper. So you can kind of stop here like that. And just paint this whole frame. Is it even called a frame? This is funny. Like, every time I paint something, like, I'm good. And then when I teach it, I start to realize that, oh, I have a limited vocabulary. I do not know all these words. Oh, well, anyway, I'm grabbing a smaller paintbrush. Oh, you're so welcome, Jody. You are so, so welcome. I'm behind on your package, though. So, okay, guys, I'm picking up like a smaller Filbert to go on. I'm falling behind on my happy mails. I need to do that. I need to, yeah. I was gonna do it today, and then my day ran away from me. It just did. Okay. Here we go. Like that. So happy mail is me sending people little, like a letter with, like, real physical letter with like real things in it, like little gifts. And yeah, you can win it. You can win it by uploading your work into the designated album. And then I choose the winner. We go into that album when we have a break. And I ask Google to pick a number. And that number gets happy mail. Okay. So nothing, nothing super crazy. All right. Let's get on to the umbrella and like all of that stuff. So for that, I'm gonna need, oh, I made a mess out of my palette. Does anybody else do that? Like, is anybody else a messy painter like me? Yeah, I'm gonna need to grab another one because I've mixed way too much of that teal. Okay, well, I'm gonna need some white. And I'm just going to put it on the brush directly. A little bit of black for now. We're not doing the rest of it. So we're going to create some gray. right here, and we're going to use this gray to block off the sea. Okay, and we're going to do it in step by step so that we don't get overwhelmed. So let's do the umbrella first. Start at the top, just kind of trace it. And again, depending on how you would place your palm trees, it is important or not important at all how you paint this umbrella. In my original painting, you can hardly see it, but I think on this one you will be able to see it because it's a little bit wider and the van is a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay, while this is drying, I'm gonna grab a little bit more gray and I'm gonna paint this little beach ball over here on this side. Don't overthink it, just paint it. The plan is to cover up the blue so that we can use colors like red and yellow just on top of this. Because if we put it on top of the blue, it's going to look a whole lot different than what we want it to look. All right, let's grab some red. Just put a little bit on your palette. And I've used up all of my ultramarine blue. It looks like I'm going to need to go shopping and buy some ultramarine blue. I'm running out. Okay, here we go. So let's mix some sort of a purple, I guess. Let's get some of this ultramarine blue, some of this, not much, this red, and let's mix. Oh, pretty, pretty. So again, if you do not want your umbrella to be purple, paint it whatever colors you like. This is why we blocked it with gray. You want this gray to be dry though, okay? So let's give it a second to dry. But yeah, if you want to paint it like, I don't know, bright blue and yellow stripes or something, it's your painting, right? So you can do as you please. I think this is another thing, what people like about arts and why people are going into like creative hobbies more now, because you get to have control over what you're doing. And like right now, this crazy times that we live in, we really feel like we have no control over what's happening, right? And so this is super hard. And y'all, I lived in Ukraine till I turned 29. And so if you have a boo-boo like that, you can just clean it up with a wet wipe or a damp paper towel. I don't talk about living in Ukraine much. Ukraine, Soviet Union. It was pretty much my childhood growing up, my youth. It was interesting to say the least, right? But I know the feeling. I know the feeling of not being in control of what's happening in your life. And yeah, I get it. Okay. Sorry didn't mean to go into this. But, I feel like sometimes it just needs to be said. It's life. And so back home, we have an expression goes pretty much like, we do not talk about dragons. Hi, Christy. My first time watching you. I'm loving this painting. Thank you for sharing with us. You are absolutely welcome. Of course. Yeah. So yeah, we have this kind of thing that you do not talk about dragons, right? But if you don't talk about dragons, how do you ever find a way to fight the dragons? So you do need to talk about them. Maybe not with everybody and anybody, but you do need to talk about them. All right, okay, I'm gonna get off my depressing horse. Sorry about that. Okay, let's paint. Let's paint. Let's paint. This is the surfboard, like it's supposed to be the surfboard. So I'm just gonna give it a coat of gray. Okay, let's talk about something positive. And I know it is super hard to paint and answer my questions. But if you have the setup, or if you're not painting and just watching, share with us. What is your favorite kind of vacation? What do you like to do? So my van is dry, so I feel pretty safe landing right here. I'm going to make sure I'm working around the suitcase, painting this other beach ball. There. Okay, my favorite vacation is anything with my family, like family vacation. That's my favorite vacation. I get to hang out with them and do stuff together. I love that. Okay, make sure the sides are real close and you don't get any sea showing through the areas where, like over here on the bottom. This is the beach ball over here. Do you see it? Like right here. It looks like it looks like it's a Pac-Man eating my suitcase right now. Is your Pac-Man eating your suitcase? What's it looking like? Okie doke. Here we go. Let this dry. Move back to the smaller beach ball. And I'm just gonna wipe my brush onto the paper towel. I do not want to add any more water to it. And I'm gonna paint. So I'm gonna grab some of the steel that I already have made for the van. Okay, and I'm gonna add a little bit more of lemon yellow to it. Just like, and it makes this almost chartreuse green. So pretty. Love this color. And so I'm gonna use this to paint the top of the ball and the bottom of this ball. Like that. And then I'm gonna wipe my brush on the paper towel because I don't want any more water. I'm gonna grab a little bit of yellow and just put some yellow right here. Okay. I went to the top of the Mississippi River and it was so beautiful. Oh, I love the way it sounds. It sounds very, very good. Okay, now let's paint the surfboard now. So the way I had it, I had like I had like a yellow stripe in the middle of it. So it was a white surfboard with a yellow stripe in the middle. So I'm just gonna grab yellow first, that same lemon yellow, add my middle to it, just like that. And see, we wouldn't be able to do this if we hadn't blocked the color, because yellow is super transparent. Any yellow is super transparent. And so this is like if you ever tried to like paint a background somewhere and then put like a sunflower on it, you know what I'm talking about. The struggle is real. So yeah, with sunflowers, I usually paint the flower and then I add the background around it. Maybe not the most efficient way, but it works. Okay, I'm grabbing some white and just painting the rest of this surfboard. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, it's something in the distance, far, far away from us. Right? Okay, let's paint this. Let's do this beach ball. I'm gonna use, I think I still have some. No, I really do not. So phthalo blue and some red. Put this one. Again, choose your own colors. Do as you like. Okay, so I'm just painting sections. Just like that. And then there's another section. And probably which way? This way. Yeah, pretty much. So this one needs to be a little bit bigger. There we go. Wipe it off. I'm just wiping it on a damp paper towel because I really do not want to pick up any more water. Okay, we are almost ready for a break. Let's finish painting this ball and we'll have a little break. So this is phthalo blue that I'm putting on here. And if it's gonna get a little bit in with the red, I'm not gonna worry about it because we're gonna go around, like we're gonna outline pretty much everything with a black, thin black line. So it's not gonna, if it's hard to paint, so look, like my brush got all, here, let me go like this, maybe kind of got hairy. So I'm just gonna work it onto the plate so that it's thinner, get it to the chisel tip, and then go back again and maybe like change my directions, change my positioning. I do paint on the table most of the time, unless I paint like something big. Like if I'm, what are those? They're probably 24 by 48 canvases. Yeah, those go on the easel. But 16 by 20s table. Or sometimes I would do the abstracts. Abstracts are easier to do when it's on the easel, but then I also like some elements to be done on the table too. Okay, anyway, let's go back to break time. Time for break. So what I do with that is, let me see. Let me find the group first so that you don't have to Watch me digging through things. Okay, here we go. So I can share. Let's share the screen. So this is our group. In the group, we go to more, drop down. We go to media. We go to albums, see over here on the bottom. And then Sia on the beach. So that was the painting that we did before this one. And I could swear to you, not everybody put theirs on into the album. Some people didn't, but oh well. Okay, so this one doesn't count. Number one never counts, it's mine. So we go number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it's kind of funny because, yeah, it's pretty much the regulars. Okay, we have 6. All right. Okay, Google. Pick a random number between 1 and 7. Google is not responding. Hold on. Let me check what's wrong with my Google. Okay, Google. Pick a number between 1 and 8.
Here's a random number. 6.
6. 6. Okay, let's see. Who was my number 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Audrey. Audrey. I don't think Audrey is in the States. She's in Singapore, and I don't think she's watching this. I don't know. Okay, Audrey. I think this is like the 3rd or the 4th prize because she was one of the super consistent participants. And congrats. Did I spell it right? Congrats. In the creativity challenge that we had here. Okay, y'all, let's do 5 minutes break. Grab some water, rest your eyes, and we'll be back shortly. Let me take this off, and this needs to be here, and this needs to be All right, friends, let's get back to this. So we're going to be working on the van. So I'm going to try and bring my camera lower. Should have done it while I had the mic off, right? Okay. Come back over here. Very good. And maybe hold on. There. Maybe like this. This is pretty much all I can do with this setup. I can't go any closer. This is as close as I can get to it, but I mean, this is a little bit better, right? So let's use some of this gray that we have made. And so first of all, we're gonna paint the suitcase. Depending on the quality of the brown that you have, you might be able to just simply paint it brown, but I like to give it this coat of white or gray color to just kind of make it all even. You know, we all have our preferences, how we paint and how we do things. So this is one of mine. Just there. Don't overthink it, just paint it. Okay. Time to fly. Safe travels. Okay. And now we're gonna do the color block on the windows. Just gray. And I'm thinking maybe Filbert is not the best brush. If you have a small flat would be great. And yes, here it is. I have a small flat. That's a number 4. Okay, let's rinse that out. Don't leave that with paint all over it. So a flat brush here. So for places like this, like over here, you need a straight line and you need a straight, like there is a corner, like a right corner. It is so much easier to do with a flat brush than with a filbert. Filberts are great for curvy lines and like petals and stuff like that, leaves. But flat brushes, they have their use. Okay. So, yeah. So we pretty much are going to just paint this. And if a little bit of white gets like on the frame, the teal frame, that's not a big deal. We can always come back and touch it up. So don't worry about it. It's going to be just fine. I'm afraid I'm going to have to touch up the frame quite a bit because my ocean is still showing through the frame. That's not quite the way I want it. Okay. How's everybody doing? Give me a thumbs up if you're doing okay. If you feel like I'm moving too fast and you need more time for details, do not worry. Go with your speed. Go how you need it. Once we're done, I will add the replay to guides, and you will be able to catch up when you have time. I do not want you to stress about this. This is supposed to be a fun, relaxing experience, not a, not a stressful experience. I do not want you to stress over this. Okay? All right, so my windows are color blocked. Andrea says, okay. I have 2 thumbs up from people that are not showing. Amy's showing thumbs up. Cheryl's showing thumbs up. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okie doke. Now let's do this. Okay. So let's block the... Okay, I have hard time with this again. What are they? Tailgate lights? Is that what they're called? I know what they are. They're the lights that tell you to stop if you see them in front of you. Blinkers? What are they? Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Okay, I kind of sort of lost my outline here, so I'm pretty much freehanding. So if things are not even, oh well. They're not, but it's okay. Tail lights. Thank you. Tail lights. Okie doke. Okay. Bring your, if you're using a flat brush, if you're not using a flat brush, switch to a small flat brush. So you want a chisel tip. Okay. So we're going to paint this straight line that goes through here. And again, I am freehanding this because I do not see any of my lines. I kind of did it the wrong way. Oh well. That's okay. I think the cuteness of this is that it's all kind of like that. Very free-spirited, right? Okay. And then there is this like little frame for in the back for, I think that's a hatch. Just use the corner of your flat brush to go around there. Okay, and then somewhere here. Whoa, where did this come from? Okay. So here we go. Yo, this is what Facebook does to me when I have a message that I haven't read on my page. It yells at me. I'm like, I can't read right now. I'm busy. But Facebook thinks that you're supposed to drop everything, and anyway. Okay, here we go. More gray. I'll need to come back here to maybe do something. Okay, then there is this license plate right here. This is literally how I painted it the first time. It's just kind of, I pulled out some. I pulled up some images from some dealership that was selling them. And I just went through all the images and used them as a reference. Because I couldn't find a decent photo. Like I went through a few and I didn't copy like any photograph per se. I just kind of used the, oh, okay, so this is where taillights are. Oh, okay, this is where this is. And so I just kind of reconstructed this whole thing. Oh, okay, here we go. This thing goes over here. It's a little bit like that. Let's grab. I'm still working with that light gray. If you're wondering, like, what is she doing? Still working with light gray. And I think these are the parts that are like chrome. Oh yeah, here's another line that I almost missed. There's another, it's for the hatch. There's another line. Okay, here we go. Okay. So leave some space over here. See over here, the sand kind of shows through a little bit. So leave some space there. Make sure it's all connected, that they're not like just hanging in the air. All the pieces are connected. Okay. And yeah, don't be afraid to add like a second coat of paint to the areas that need it. Some of them are going to need it. And some of them are just going to be fine. Okay, now let's make sure that this is all straight and nice and connected. So how did this go so crooked? I have no idea. Okay, let's go and make this straight down. Much better. And this needs to go straight down. And then you see how like this part is hanging over? This is wrong. This shouldn't be happening over here. So I will just paint over it with black when it's time to, when I'm working on the tires, okay? All right. Lots of white here, huh? Okay. So while we are with this light, very light gray, put it on your plate somewhere on the side. and add a tiny bit of ultramarine blue. Like really a little bit. You just need a tint. So I added this to the gray, okay? And now I'm gonna grab my white and I'm gonna use that kind of grayish bluish that we just did. I'm gonna add it to more white. And so we're gonna start making the tint for the windows. I think this is too gray. I would like to have a little bit more blue in here. So I'm adding a little bit more ultramarine blue. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab a little bit more phthalo blue, just a tiny bit. There we go. That's just a tint. Okay, so let's put that on our windows. We're pretty much just tinting them. Just adding a little bit. And then you kind of look at your windows and you decide, do you want them to be more like on the bluish side, or do you want them to be more on the grayish side? Like, I guess it depends on the tint. Depends on how things are happening, right? I'm not gonna worry about that too much because I'm gonna do a touch up with teal if it's still alive, which reminded me that I should spray that paint so it doesn't dry up too fast. Wow, on camera it doesn't even show that I did something. So I'm just gonna clean up my brush on the paper towel and grab some of this phthalo blue just on the tips. Not sure, let's see, just to make sure that you can see. See? Just a tiny bit, tiny bit. And I'm just gonna start adding a little bit more color to the windows. Like you want to leave some white on here. You do not want to do the whole, like you don't want to do the whole window with like painted blue. You know what I mean? Maybe some of it. Maybe some part darker, some part lighter. Just kind of spread it a little. Something like that. Very light. Okay. And we're gonna grab a little bit more for this other one. Just like that. Let it dry. Okay, while this is drying, I did not forget about the suitcase. We're gonna work on that when we pull brown. We're gonna pull out brown for the for the palm trees. Okay. Meanwhile, we're gonna put some more white on the suitcase, like right there where the eyes are, to just kind of, so that we can just paint around it if we wanted to. Just kind of, we'll paint the whole thing white if you want to, or like maybe paint a different color if you want a different color. It's all good. But yeah, I'm holding back on the brown because we're gonna do the trees. So we'll do that then. All right. Okay, doke. Let's paint the tail lights. So I just cleaned up my brush on a paper towel. Somehow picked up some yellow off of it. Okay. I'm just gonna grab some red. And paint the whole light. Just red. And then the other one. Like, it's funny how sometimes it's easy to do one but not the other, right? Okay. So you can add a little bit of black to it, or you can grab a little bit of this purple that we had and just add it to this red that we already have. Oh, that's a little bit too much, maybe a little bit more red. So I just want to make darker red to go into this part over here. So it might be hard to see that it's different color because there is a lot of glare from the light. But I promise you it's there. This one, just like that. Okay. There, I did it. Okay, so what are we going to do next? Next, we are going to paint the tires. Well, now we're going to have to pull out black. So, depending on what brand you're using, right, you're going to need to water it down and whatnot. I really like this stuff. It's Deco Art Americana black paint. No, sorry, I did it again. I've done it once already. It's hold on. It comes in this bottle. It's this one. Lamp Ebony. It's still Deco Art Americana, but it's not satin. This is Deco Art Americana Lamp Ebony Black Premium Acrylic Paint, whatnot. I just pour them into these bottles and then I forget that it's a little bit different thing. But I really have been enjoying this. This is very good black paint for outlining, detailing, all of that stuff. Okay, so we're gonna need to make a little bit of a darker, super darker gray. Let me show you the reference image so that you can get the idea of how dark. See? So at a certain angle, it just looks black. But then if I turn it, it's probably like one shade lighter. Okay, so the front wheels of this van are the front wheels that go closer to the sea are like darker gray. So this is what we're gonna make. This is pretty dark compared to the other one. Yeah, this is good. So I'm just gonna paint this and this over here. Okay, and then this is the paint that we need to kind of create shades and highlights. So we're gonna take it off onto the plate. Just keep moving until you have almost a dry brush. Okay, do not smoosh your bristles though. Just move it like this, down, down, down. You need very little paint on your brush right now. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit of gray onto pretty much all the white parts that we painted. Just like that. Okay, maybe pick up some more paint if you don't have much left. I'm gonna add a little bit here, so it kind of adds the rustic look, and it also helps with this kind of chrome thing. So that goes up like this, and then down, drop like that. This goes up and drop down like that. Here, you kind of add as much as you like. I kind of like it a little bit more pronounced, but do what you like. Adds some interest and character, right? Going across here and across there on the bottom, and then a little bit going up this way. I wanted to do this while we have this gray color so that we do not, because we're going to switch to black a little bit, and yeah, we might not want to go back to gray. Okay. Wipe the brush on the paper towel. Just kind of get it to the clean state. Grab some black. Paint this tire. So, you know what? Maybe change. I don't know why I grabbed the Filbert here. This was not a good choice. Didn't matter so far, but like right now it matters because I need more crisp lines. So flat, 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 flat. Grab the flat, flat, flat brush, like over here, see? Where you can just bring it up and just drag it down, and all your lines stay nice and crisp. And then go back to your tires and kind of, find your line and go with that. Here we go. See, much better with the flat. So much easier with the flat brush. Same here. Much easier to do all these. Just like that. My friend gave me, so she moved, and so she was downsizing. So she gave me some of her paints, and they're not the brand that I usually use. And oh my gosh, I painted that owl with them, and yeah, pretty much all the three of them that I showed you at the beginning. And I am not using those paints ever again. Did that ever happen to you? Oh my gosh, it was sad. Like, they were not awful, but it was sad. Okay, rinsing out my brush. Okay, let's get the the brown going on. I have burnt sienna here. I'm just gonna, I suspect I'm gonna need a third plate today. Wow, I am carried away. Yeah. Okay, so paint your suitcase. The locks. Did I just say when I was painting it white, did I say eyes? That the suitcase has the eyes. Did I really say that? Because I feel like I did. I might have. Oh my goodness. Okay, just paint it brown. A little bit more water. Okay, so by this moment, by right now, on this suitcase, there's like 7 coats of paint. So we're gonna let this dry. Okay. All right, hold on just a sec. And we'll continue. I need to tell my kid it's bedtime and I'm gonna yell because he's in a different room. Okay, hold on, I'll mute. All right, I'm back. Okay, so I don't usually use this. Maybe I should try. So this is a 1/8 of an inch angle shader. Nah. You're like, what is she doing? I'm looking for a liner brush, and my liners are all kind of broken at the moment, and I am having a hard time buying them because they are either, yeah, never mind. Okay, so that's my kind of thing. But yeah, I'm just looking for a decent liner brush right now that would work. So you need a liner. This is the number 0 that I have here. I'm gonna grab some white first because this is something I forgot to do. And I'm gonna paint the center of this ball white, just like that here. Okay, and then we're gonna use white and we're gonna add the highlight in the window to the side. You can make it smaller, you can make it larger, to maybe this side. It's a straight window, so it doesn't need to curve. And maybe to this side, something like that, maybe even more. We'll see. Yeah. Let's see. Now we're gonna use white. Okay, if you have any touch-ups to do with the body, you should do them now because you're not gonna want to do them later. Okay. So we're gonna draw a circle. If you're not comfortable drawing a circle, find something round that would fit the size, kind of, that would help you. Like it could be a marker cap like this. That would be the right size. I'm just even gonna show you. So I just take that, instead of drawing it, I dip it into my white paint like this. Okay, and I know where it goes. This symbol, I think this is a little bit too small, but I'm gonna put it on and then I'm gonna erase it. Yeah, this is a little bit too small for the thing. And then I use a baby wipe. Oh, and I clean up my cap and I can put it back on. Okay, this is a little bit too small and my background is all dry, so I can just kind of take it off like this. Let me rinse out this brush. Let me think. Oh, I know, Sharpie. The Sharpie cap is probably a little bit bigger. Let's try the Sharpie cap. Is it bigger? Let's see. Slightly bigger, not much. So yeah, just, try a couple of things if you want to. Or just draw a circle by hand. No big deal. Okay, let me put it right here. Good enough. Wipe it down, especially on the inside of it, so that it doesn't stick. If you ever intend to reuse that Sharpie, because yeah. Okay, so back to the liner brush with white. Grab some white on the very tips. Do the W, down, up all the way, and then again down, up, And I'm gonna use my brush to kind of make it a little bit wider, not necessarily, but that's not necessary, but I did it. And then over here on the bottom, right here, there is like a little lock thingy for your hatch. So we want to not to forget about that. Okay, and then let's add a little bit of highlights to our chrome pieces. And like I like to like while I have the white, I'm just gonna do that. And then I go, it's like a letter L, goes on the tire like this. Make sure it's on the same side of each wheel. It doesn't need, it can be symmetrical here, okay? Shouldn't be symmetrical. And then some white goes around this darker red that we painted just on top, okay? Let me see what else does need whites. Okay, is this dry? I'm afraid to touch. Yes, this is dry. So I'm gonna use white to draw my, since I already kind of gave it up to you guys that it's the eyes. They are not the eyes, they're locks. But yeah. So you kind of paint them white there. Okay. And add whites to the umbrella so that it shows, so it looks like an umbrella, not just like a piece of something purple sticking out of the car. Okay. And if you don't like I'm looking at my white here, I am not happy with that. So I'm just gonna add another coat of white to this surfboard just because it needs it. Okay, just kind of look at yours and decide if it needs it or not. A little bit more white to the center of this beach ball because it really didn't cover it very well. Here we go. Okay, so now we are going to switch to black. And we're going to do all the black outlining for the van. And then the next step is the palm trees. Okay. All right. So grab your black. So for the liner brush, it's not a liner brush, it's a round brush, really. Liner brushes have much longer bristles that would go off camera. Much longer. They're like almost an inch long. Those are liner brushes. And we don't usually use them, and they're super expensive, in my opinion. I like my paint to be the consistency of melted ice cream. It helps to get things happening. Okay, so what we want here is we do not want like a straight line, like if you were painting, like if you were using a marker, right? Your line would probably be very solid and kind of what am I trying to say here? Solid. Very much solid, grabbing a lot of attention. Okay, so we just kind of creating a hint of an outline. Okay, just a very thin line. Do you see what I'm doing? I wonder if it shows well. Let me see. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, it will show much better on the surfboard. Yeah, so broken, super light hand. Don't press on your brush at all. Just kind of give us a hint that, oh, there is a line. Oh, you know. Okay, so this one is already dry. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. It just, black really helps with perception, right? Okay, here's this ball with the stripes that now we can see. Here is the suitcase. Okay, going around. Now going around the locks a little bit. They're not dry, so they're not picking up much of the color, but that's okay. And then kind of draw the line. That's where it closes. Okay, add a little bit of black streaking to your suitcase to just kind of, so it's not so new, I guess, if you want that. Maybe if you do not want it to look like eyes, maybe add a little bit of black on the sides like this. Because the way, and I really did that on purpose, honestly. I did it on purpose. Like over here. It does look like it's a suitcase wearing glasses and eyes, right? But yeah, that's up to you. All right, now let's move on to this. Let's get a little bit of water on the brush because my brush is getting thirsty. Okay, so if you get too much paint on your brush, you just kind of roll it and pull it out like this. And this helps you keep the paint in the bristles, not in the top part of the brush. Okay, let's do let's literally, we are tracing the luggage thing. And I am just going right over here where the suitcase is, making it a little bit heavier and then lighter again, because it needs to hold the suitcase. Right? Okay, now to the van. Okay, super light hand on the very top, just a little, okay? Then super light hand on the windows, just the sides. We're gonna do just the sides and the bottom of the window, just like that. Don't do the top, okay? Just the sides, the side and the bottom. That's all we want. We're gonna go on the outside of this logo, just on one side, and we're gonna put a little bit of black also on just one side and just stop right there. We're gonna go on one side of the tail light and stop. So it looks a lot like a what's it called? Christmas shepherd stick, not the shepherd stick. Oh my gosh, the minty thing. Who's my language helper here? Who helps me with the words that I can't remember? And we're candy cane. Okay, and we're doing the same thing on the other side, not symmetrical. Remember, they need to be facing the same way. Okay. All right, let's add a little bit of the shade over here, like a hint that there is a lock or something. Okay, now let's go and work around this thing over here. This is like a little thing. I don't know what they're called. Not helpful that I don't know what they're called. Okay, and you're gonna put something in the license plate. You can put your name in there. You can put anything you want. I just put the word Vaca. just because. Okay. Ta-da! This is the van, and we're 7 minutes. 7 minutes. We only have 7 minutes. Do you think we can paint 3 palm trees in 7 minutes? What do you think? I challenge thee. All right, let's see. I don't give up so easily. Okay, burnt sienna. And we're gonna need phthalo blue. Oh, I have some phthalo blue. That's enough. And I have lemon yellow. That's all we need right now. So grab a kind of a medium size flat. You need a flat for this. Let me find it. Yeah, something like that. That's some number 14. Make it damp. If you have an angular brush, that would be even better. But we can do it with the flat. Let's do the flat. So let's load it up on our burnt sienna. Okay, let's decide where our palm trees are going to be. So for my painting, from my perspective, okay, one of the trees is going to go up from here and up to here, and this is where my leaves are going to happen. So this is one spot for the crowns. Another tree is going to overhang from here into here. So I'm just marking my, hold on, my starting point and my, yeah, probably from here. Can you see this? It's off camera a little bit. Okay, and the third one is also going to overhang, and that's going to come from up higher, and again off camera because I lowered the camera. I'm going to bring it up in a second. And and this one is going to go here. So here's the thing. When you draw, like think about horizontal line, like horizon and vertical lines. You do not, if you do the grid, you do not want the 3 dots to meet on the same line. Okay? Good night, Sandra. Of course. Yeah, I get it. Okay, let me bring the camera up higher so you can see, because we're not doing the van anymore. Hold on. All the way up. Are we all the way up? Good enough, right? You can see? Okay, and I'm gonna... No, I can't. I can't without messing up the whole thing. So this will do. Oh yeah, you can see all the points. Here's 1, going here. Here's 2, going here. And there's 3, going here. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna grab the chisel. So when I say the chisel, I mean that you want your flat brush flat. Okay, and you're gonna start at your crown of the tree, and you're gonna hold it upright and apply some pressure, and you're gonna bring it all the way back to that mark that you left. Okay, I kind of missed my mark, but that's okay because I need the tree to kind of get thinner, right, as it goes. So there we go. There's 1. Start with the second one. Do your curve. Maybe grab some more water on the brush because the brush is dry and that's when it starts dragging paint. Maybe like so. Just paint that over, make it there, like this. Okay, and then we're gonna do the third one from here, curve up to here, curve, come on, it doesn't want to, there, up to there, like this, and then we're gonna stop over here, and then I'm gonna use a chisel. Oh, this is what happens with that. Remember I told you that the paper gets wavy, and when you try to make a nice line, it might be a challenge. This is what's happening because the paper got wavy. So I'm gonna just weigh it down and take it to where I like it, which is fine. And for Pete's sakes, it's a palm tree. It doesn't need to be perfect. Okay? All right. Bring your brush back to the chisel tip. And we're going to start planning the leaves. So it's like a star a little bit. Going 1, 2, shorter 3, shorter 4, the shortest 5. Okay? And then that one goes again. 1, 2, 3, shorter 4, the shortest 5. So the 1, 2 are the longest, and then they start, or even I should say the 1 is the longest. And so here we go. 1, the longest, 2, shorter, 3, even shorter, 4, and then 5 is the shortest. So these are the spines. Okay, I have a little bit of paint on my brush, so I'm gonna add a little bit more over here because the waves are kind of showing through. And also, while I have a little bit brown on my brush, I'm gonna go back down here by the wheels and go like this under the van. Oh, if you made a bobo, you know, grab a baby wipe and just clean it up. And just kind of add, this is the, you know, there's gotta be some sort of shadow for this van. It can't just, you know, sit on the beach and not create any shadows. Yeah? Okay. So now we need a round brush. So let's clean this up. Something like a number 4 would work. A number 4, a number 6, better number 4. Let me see if I can find mine. Here it is. Oh, that's a number 2. That's not a number 4. That is a number 4. Here we go. Number 4. There we go. Make it wet. So I'm trying to bring my brown to the consistency of ice cream so that we can work on that. I am sorry it's taking longer. If you need to go, go. Of course. Don't worry about this. Replay will be available. Sometimes it's hard to do time management with these things. Okay, so brown. Trust me, we need to start with brown. Okay, so we're gonna go on the first tree that we painted, the one that's closest to us. You're gonna start next to the spine, and you're just gonna flick off some of the leaves like that, like this. Don't put them too close to each other. Just move kind of fast. Just the main point is, again, light hand, and start start on the spine. So this is going to give us a nice background for the greens that are coming. Okay, there, just flicking kind of. Okay, just a flick. This is why I told you not to worry much about the sea, because a lot of it gets covered. And again, the second one. Doesn't have to be super specific or anything. We're just kind of creating the base for your palm tree leaves. Okay. They don't look like much right now, I know. They look like what? You know, you're probably thinking, what are we doing? That doesn't make any sense. I know. Okay. Here and right here. Okay, I think I got them all. Good, very good. All right, let's wash the brush. Okay, so I have some of this Phthalo Blue, perfect color, and I have some of this lemon yellow left. So I am mixing it together, and I am creating a kind of darker green. Okay, you might need to use a little bit more Phthalo Blue to make it like darker. Where is it? Here it is. The funny thing is that we're going to use more and then we're going to add yellow to it again. So it's kind of one of those things. Just mix. Okay, I'm going to take this to the side. I'm going to grab a good amount of water to bring this where I want it. See? Super rich green. Okay, we're going to go back to our palm trees and we're going to start layering on top of brown. Just like that. Remember to go off the spine, not to the spine, off the spine. That didn't look very good, but if something like that happened, just leave it be. Leave it be. There's going to be, I think, 3 more coats of different colors, and it's all going to come together. Trust me. It's going to look great. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just like that. And another one. And another one. Okay, y'all, just a reminder. Don't forget to make sure that you are on my mailing list. I only send emails once a week to just kind of make sure that you guys are aware of things that are happening. So I do like in that email, I do a month update, like what's happening this month, and then I do an update what's happening this week. And sometimes I add links to replays, like if I did a live on my Facebook page. So I would add links to replays like that. And then if I'm launching something, which is happening right now, my gratitude art journaling group is open, and it will close doors tomorrow. And so there's been, I don't know, I think I sent 4 emails this week. I mean, I'm trying not to be awful with this. I really can't stand it when companies send me 3 emails a day. I'm like, are you serious? Who was it? Oh, it was Dick's. It was Dick's sports store. So yeah, I went to get my kids some shoes, and they wanted my email, and I was like, oh well, okay, whatnots. And I kid you not, they sent me like 5 emails a day. I ended up unsubscribing because I just couldn't deal with that. I'm like, this is annoying. This is annoying. Why am I seeing your face in my mailbox again? Okay, so we have this. I'm gonna just go grab some more of this super good goodness, the deep color. Yep. More of the yellow, like quite a bunch of yellow. Oh, it's getting dry, so might not look so great. But we want a lighter green, maybe even lighter, a few shades lighter. You want to see that it's different. There, now we're talking. Let's add some water to this. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. See, I am so rough on my brushes. No wonder they die on me like this. Okay, here we go. Doing the same thing again, as I told you. Just keep moving. Just keep going. Just make sure to stay within the same branch as you're working on it. Okay. And so you see, like when we added more yellow to this color became a little bit more transparent. And now you can see like it has it's picking up now on this brown that we put in and the darker green. And so our trees are getting loved with this. Okay. Here we go. And another. Make sure you start right in the middle with them so that your leaves are connected in the center. I think I forgot to mention that right away at the start. So make sure your leaves are connected. Yeah? Get in there? All right. More leaves. Oh, I almost forgot. It's good we have more of this deep green color. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Here we go. Okay. Go ahead and grab some more of this goodness that I call lemon yellow. Gosh, I love this color. It's like, I think I have it in every painting that I do. I'd be surprised if something didn't have it. I just love it. Okay, a little bit more water. And if you're looking for a good lemon yellow, give Arteza a chance. I am not affiliated with them. I am not selling for them. Give them a chance. Okay, here. Just here and there, not too many of the lighter ones, brighter ones. Okay, now see, because we created this kind of darker background for our leaves, there is room for the brighter color to show. If we just took this kind of chartreuse green and if we just put it on the branches, it wouldn't have looked this bright. Okay. I don't know, I like it. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you like your palm trees? They're fluffy. Okay, I'm going back to just make sure that my middles are all together. And now I'm going to go back to this, like with the same messy brush. I'm just going to pick up some of this darker green that we made at the very beginning of painting the palm tree. I'm going to add a little bit in the center, just kind of a center, okay? Just like that. And I'm going to add a line, a broken, messy, nobody knows what it's doing there line, okay? So like, don't overthink it, just put it on there. Just go up and down and add it, just like that. Just gives your tree a little bit more, so it's not flat, okay? Just like that. Okay, now maybe grab a little bit of black, just a little bit. So offload, I guess it's called, offload. Okay, add. So this mess, yeah, I can clean up later with a wet wipe. I will do that. So on the bottom, so if you were looking at the tree, you're adding the black to the bottom, okay? Oof. Here to the bottom. Just making sure you can see. Let me move this. Okay, just a dry brush. Doesn't need to be anything super specific, you know, super awesome. It is super awesome already. Here, I should have done it right away. Okay, now clean the brush. If you have some of that yellow left, that yellow kind of is gone. But I'm gonna use this like it's very light, and I'm just gonna add a little bit on top of my tree, like here. Like here. Just that sunlight. Maybe that was a little bit too much. I'll come up and clean it up. There, like this. Okay. Grab a new baby wipe. Clean this up a little bit. I kind of went because I'm rushing. I'm trying to get done because I'm holding you guys extra time. I'm so sorry. Okay. And then whatever's left over of this yellow, I like to go back and just add just a few. You don't need to go through the whole tree again. Just a couple of spots. Just a couple of spots of yellow. Okay. How's everybody doing? All right. So I think this is it. Last step. The last step is to sign your painting. So I do like to sign mine like somewhere along something. Like, I mean, you do you. But yeah, like I would put it. If my Sharpie was working, my Sharpie decided to quit on me today. It was trying. It's been trying to quit on me for a while now, but it decided that today was a good day. Let's try another one. Yes. So I kind of do that. I like that. I think it's my kind of, because I don't want anybody to just kind of see it online and crop it. And so if your name is written like inside of the picture, like you can't just crop it, you know? So it's harder to steal. Not that anybody's going to steal it, but yeah. Anyway, nobody wants to know that. I hope you had fun. I hope to see you again with other paintings. There's more stuff coming. Make sure to check out the events in the group, because there are events all set up for August already. We're painting sunflower, and what else are we painting? A Goodbye Summer Lemonade on black background. There are a few very cute things that are coming up. Okay? All right. I hope you had fun. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you online. Bye. Janice, you are very welcome. All right. See you later, girls and ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Tired. Okay. Bye.